in just a couple of moments' time. And it's going to be a gold medal rematch again. We saw that in the men's just earlier. Beat Caitlin Bettenay and Alisha Stevens. And they're going to be taking each other on again. Whether Phoebe and Steph can replicate what they did in Cobram here in Mollymook, or can gold medalists here in Mollymook. What an amazing turn of events. What a cracking Super Sunday we've got for you. And this is the culmination of this round 2 of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. The final game, the women's gold medal match. The number 1 seeds, Phoebe Bell and Stefanie, taking on the number 3 seeds, Alisha Stevens and Caitlin Bettenay. This is going to be an absolute ripper, folks. Caitlin, first year on the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour, was only just last year, and Alisha Stevens was just the year before, so 2020 and 2021 respectively. So an amazing sort of turn of events for these young athletic women. Both of them from Queensland, Caitlin and Alisha. Alicia's home beach being Broadbeach, and Caitlin's home beach being Mooloolaba. Both a similar height, 178 and 180 centimetres for Alisha and Caitlin respectively. They've got some magnificent junior career highlights and achievements. Just absolutely incredible stuff from both of them. For example, Alisha represented Australia in 2021 in the World Championships at under-19 and under-21s, and she played as senior Asian champs. She got gold in the under-19 Asian champs and gold in the under-21 Asian champs. Both played in Thailand and selected and travelled as a reserve for the Continental Cup, the Olympic qualifiers for the women. So Alisha is on fire and on the rise.
All right, so firstly,
Go down to Benny.
when we're ready, I'm just waiting for the guys in the YouTube channel. We got a thumbs up from behind the camera. Good afternoon to you guys. Good afternoon to the guys up on the hill. Here with Caitlin Bettenay, back-to-back gold medal matches. Mollymook Beach, though. What's better?
Really excited for what's this to come.
Absolutely. Good luck for that one. We're going to bring Steffi over now, so all the best, Caitlin. Thank you so much. Oh, fist bump, safety first. Steffi Fejes, jump across. Little Energizer Bunny, welcome to you. How's your media training? If we put the microphone in, perfect, fantastic, cool. You are taking this tour by storm at the moment. How are you feeling coming to this one?
Really good. After this morning, me and Phoebe's teamwork and everything, we just keep building from Cobram last tournament, and yeah, so we just keep going for the next game.
Absolutely. Good luck. Back-to-back gold medal matches for you. We'll head back, let you do your final prayers. Grab the microphone there off you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Steffi. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, moments away. YouTube guys, moments away. First serve, women's gold medal match. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Benny, for that insight into the athletes just after their warm-up before they take things on. Caitlin Bettenay and Alisha Stevens. The number 3 seeds will be taking on Phoebe Bell and Stefanie, who we just heard from. The latter there, the number 1 seeds and the previous gold medalists from the Cobram round 1 of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. As the teams essentially get introduced from DJ Babbitt, DJ Babsy, spinning decks and spinning various other things out here. Phoebe Bell's actually just returned quite recently from Doha, where she got a bronze in the KOTC finals. KOTC obviously stands for King of the Court, a new format that World Beach Volleyball is trialling out, and was quite an incredibly entertaining affair, as one of our now locals, Louis Lett, was commentating on. He's found himself over here in Australia, the beautiful shores thereof, and finds himself in Cobram and Mollymook, where we are now. And Caitlin and Alisha find their way on court, ready to take on the number 1 seeds in Stefanie and Phoebe Bell, who are just about to be introduced. 3-time Asian Championship medalists and 4 FIVB medals, if you don't mind, for Phoebe Bell. She's the number one for the number one team. And Stefanie, her partner, an Asian Beach Volleyball Championships under 19 and under 21. She got a gold and a 5th in the Senior Asian Championships. She's an absolute weapon. She's only just joined the tour only a couple of years ago. An incredible young athlete. Phoebe and Steph, the two left-handers sporting the black tour leader bikini tops, taking on the challengers, the number 3 seeds and the silver medalists behind them from Cobram in the blue tops. At the broadcast end, it's going to be Bettenay and Stevens, the former, with the serve. Gold medal match. Starts things off with a fault, and just have a look at the semi-final wins from each team. The number 3 seeds, Alisha Stevens of Queensland and Caitlin Bettenay of Queensland, ended up defeating Georgia Johnson of Queensland and Jasmine Fleming of Queensland in 3 tight sets, 21-14, 15-21, and then 15-13 in the third. So they did the hard yards to get here earlier today, but that's a great swing from Bettenay cross-court into that hot spot we've mentioned plenty of times. That was their first 3-setter of the tournament. They did it in fine style, whereas Phoebe Bell and Stefanie, as we see Steph have a swing cross-court with a great left hand. Phoebe reaches in, and that one goes wide to the side from... Oh, no. It's tagged a little line. Sorry. Alisha Stevens. Shouldn't sound so surprised. She's a weapon. Back to Phoebe and Steph's run to this grand final, this gold medal match. They beat Nikki Laird and Jess Namo in straight sets, 21-19 and 21-18. And they snuck their way through that quarter final with a win over Kayla Mears and Jana Milutinovic, 2-1. It was 15-11 in the third. So fairly similar, not only pathways, but energy expenditure. If we look at sets and points played. So not only are they going to be well matched again after seeing them take to battle in Cobram, but here there's a hell of a lot more wind than we had in inland Australia on the banks of the Murray River. We're now on New South Wales South Coast, and a proverbial gale is starting to whip up, heading from the east. So from your screen right, from the water, as you can see it. Not only sending some balls wide, sending some athletes onto their bums too. The adjustment in the sand and the athleticism needs to be really on point here. The ball swirling around the approaches and the attack are going to be having to be slightly different. And even holding your position a little longer on your defensive transition. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out between these two teams that are forming a nice little rivalry. Phoebe Bell, little knuckle over the top, nicely done. She's almost renowned for that now, so I'm sure Caitlin and Alisha will be knowing that that's a trick she's got in her repertoire. And she busts it out whenever she's in trouble, so let's see how they go, tactically at least, against that tight set. Wipes it off the block, but no touch gained. Oh, or does it? Yes, it does. Well, just got official confirmation there from our first referee, Pete Boy. It wasn't necessarily a touch on the block, but it was a blocker touching the net. Nice pass from Steph. 2-ball into that little hotspot corner. Knuckles back over the top. She does it on transition. She does it on attack. Easy done, Phoebe Bell. Nicely done. Bell and Fejes are a new pairing. It's stunning to see such young development coming through. There's 8 years difference between them in age. Sometimes looking at them, you wouldn't know the difference. Both left-handed. Both. No one coming off the defensive judgment error. Both of them quite adept at the net and defense, so they interchange quite nicely. And Phoebe started... She got her start at the Under-17 Oceania Championships in Tahiti, so she was quite young back then, obviously, under 17s, but that was, I don't want to say a long time ago. I won't be sucked into that. But that was her first international tournament. She absolutely loved it. And then she was a Queensland Academy of Sport, introduced her to the beach discipline. So she's hit the sand and hit winner after winner after winner. She's got a long history. Back in 2014 with Taliqua Clancy, the most recent silver medalist at the Tokyo Games. They won an event in Surfers Paradise, so quite a long time coming for Phoebe to hit her straps, but she's here and ready to rock and dominating on the sands of Australia. And as we mentioned earlier, she just got back from Doha, where she received the bronze for the King of the Court Championships, a new venture for the FIVB. So well done to her. Steph Fejes growing in stature and in centimetres. She's shot up to 180. I think she was 175 last summer. There's just no stopping her. That ball going wide from Caitlin Bettenay, but back to Steph Fejes. She's got a short resume because she's only been around for such a short time. She's only 17. And that one goes just wide from her hand. When we ask our athletes often, what do you do outside of beach volleyball to enjoy life, or what do you do in general? It's always nice to hear some of the responses, and it's, you know, whether it be dealing in NFTs from some of the gents, or family life with Chris McHugh, or surfing and beach just in general, or whatever people's uni courses have got them doing. But Steph Fejes, still doing year 12. Oh, Stevens had that open court then, but that ball just drifting around in the breeze, just coming across onto her left shoulder and getting her out of position, putting it into the net. Bell and Fejes handling the conditions a little better, and they find themselves very much in the lead by now 4 points in the first set. And the Fejes presence at the net, always a threat. Great get from Stevens after she was just signalling to move the server or the blocker around. And we'll change ends and a tech timeout for a little sit down and a chat with a 13-8 scoreline going the way of the number one seeds, Phoebe Bell and Steph Fejes. Visit New South Wales, the Shoalhaven, an absolutely stunning place. We're here down on the sands of Mollymook. Nice set from Alisha Stevens. The crowd on the hill, the green rolling hills of the Natural Amphitheatre here at Mollymook, just in front of the Life Saving Club, put their hands together and a few whistles for their girls in blue. They love an underdog. Both teams very well matched, though. But when we mention that it's a rematch of the previous gold medal game. Oh, she's tagged the line. Nicely done, Steph Fejes, down that. She's done it and found it nicely. It's Plenty of Queenslanders out there. Caitlin Bettenay and Alisha Stevens, obviously just two of them. The third being Phoebe Bell, Fejes, the lone New South Welsh woman. Not happy with herself, putting that one into the net. 14-10 now. Good save from Phoebe. Oh, that trusty left hand from Steffi, not quite this time. Alisha Stevens is only a year older than Steph as well, so they've got quite similar pathways as they've grown up and competed nationally and internationally at various events. We were, of course, seeing some team-ups split and whatnot in the previous games, so great to see some of those teams still out here, or athletes still out here, whether they're in different combinations. Australian Beach Volleyball Tour last year in Cobram. Last time in Cobram, in 2020, I should say. Alisha Stevens got a third. This year, she got a silver. Can she go one better today? End change. Alisha also scored an Australian Beach Volleyball Tour third at the SA Open a couple of years ago. We mentioned some of her representation as well across the international scene. But Caitlin Bettenay's probably got the most interesting start to her beach volleyball career. She's clearly just a naturally gifted athlete, and my dear Lord, what a great swing from Alisha Stevens. Gets up nice and high. First chance she's really had to hang and bang and show her prowess. But it was Caitlin Bettenay, who's off to serve, but not before a timeout, who we will highlight her start. She used to be a track and field athlete, and she was practicing high jump on the oval at school when her high school volleyball coach saw how well she jumped, and she said, you should try volleyball. So she decided to give it a shot to the AIS and Hancock Prospecting. So here we are here on the centre court using Mikasa volleyballs. Thanks to Volleyball Australia for all their hard work putting all these events together. They do a stunning job, often thankless, and pats on the back all round, mainly from the people in purple shirts. We love the purples, the greens, the pinks, the maroons, the sky blues, everybody out there. Takes all types and all colours of the rainbow. Nice up from Bettenay. Back into the action. She's knuckled it nice and high. She gives herself a chance, but it's a left hand from Fejes that swings through the block of Bettenay. And another winner. They keep them at bay, the upstarts, the challengers. They keep them at arm's length with 2 points. One ball, straight over, out. Fejes. The slightest amount of breathing room here for the number one seeds. 17-14. Knuckles over the top on two, a little too tight. Both times on the pass from respective players. And that one's got them one back for Bettenay and Stevens, and it's the former back at the baseline. Great jump serve, dropping in nice and short. Still a good approach from Phoebe Bell, but Bettenay stuffs her on the block. Back to 1 point. Here at the centre court of Mollymook for the women's gold medal match. Stevens float serve again to Phoebe Bell, shank out the side. 17-all. Are we going to see a timeout? Are we going to see a break? We'll just get that ball back and have a breather and get things underway again. Not quite. Here we go. Staying with it. Stevens. Great serve again. Still too tight, and that strength from Bettenay puts the ball down on the opposing side, but she did, according to our second referee, infringe the net. So we're going to change ends at 18-17 anyway. But the 18 is going the way of Bell and Fejes. So we ask for a dusting of some dust and sand for Steffi. Bright sunshine out here on the south coast of New South Wales at the gorgeous Mollymook Beach. I will be coming back here. Oh, good stretch. Not sure if Phoebe took rank then or scared Steph away from it, but they got it back over nonetheless, but to no avail, and we're all tied up 18 all. Sort of ebbed and flowed this first set, much like the gusty nature of the wind. Bump set for Stevens, bit tight. She got it, and she got back up. On the back foot, Steffi on the roll, reads it well. First time on the knuckles, and goes to her favourite little sweet spot, little Steffi. Nicely done. Both teams sucking in the big 0-2 as it's a 19-18 lead now for the number ones. Steps out and opens up that angle. What Steffi got on her step. Big swing. Shut down completely. And the follow through of the spike action causes a net touch from Fejes. 19 all. Nice serve. Cross court, left-handed swing from the right side of the court. Goes in front of the defender. That brings up set point for Bell and Fejes. They've only got one of them. So they're going to have to get a pretty decent serve in here because either one, whoever you're serving, both Bettenay and Stevens are both a threat on attack. Jump float, sneaks its way over. And smacks its way back with Stevens, the culprit. 20 all. We're going to the wire. Got to win by 2. Oh, and a service error is not going to help proceedings. Another set point. This time Steffi Fejes at the baseline. Great serve. Nice hands on the set. Big swing. Can they control it back up? They do. Put it over on 2. We're going to see a defensive transition, but it's at the back of the court. Another free ball. Puts it high. Good. Smart thinking. Look how short and sharp that went. That ball swung around with crazy spin on it. All coming from the wind, but the nous and smarts from Steph to send that one high, to put him under the pumps, got him over the line. 22-20. First set going to the number 1 seeds in the gold medal match. Welcome back to the second set, and Stefanie finished this first set off in fine style, and she starts things off here with an ace. Run around from Caitlin and sneaks away through the Phoebe Bell block. Goes wide, but not before the hands. 1-all. Great swing. You can see the difference in the attack height now. Bettenay still aiming down and hard into the sand, and it's working for her, admittedly. But you just see that Stefanie varies her attack. She's hard and sharp if she wants to be tight on the net, but she also has the ability to go long and strong with a drop, whether that be from the wrist or from the assist with the wind. Just like that. Oh, great turn back down the line. Such good core control and strength. These wonderful young women, wonderful athletes. How did that one drop in? I thought she tracked that perfectly and ducked at the last minute, but somehow dropped in. And there we are. 2-point lead. That's the drop she was after first time. And oh, great get, Stevens. Oh, no way. Oh, what a point. Oh, wow. And a net touch called on Stefanie. That point did not deserve a net infringement to finish it. Oh. Put the whistle away, ref. Of course I'm kidding. Timeout call. We'll have a short break here at Mollymook. Gold medal match. Caitlin Bettenay and Alisha Stevens lead by 4 points. 6-2 here in the second set. They do trail 1 set to love, however. They look like they mean business now. They've got, I dare say that they've got a little bit more of a handle on the conditions. Fast hands, but another net infringement from Steffi. She just keeps getting him. I don't think she's quite sure what's happening. Whether it's the turn and it's a ponytail or she's just getting a little bit blown off course with this prevailing wind. Not quite sure, and Stevens maybe just bites off a little more than she can chew. Still a 4-point buffer, 7 points to 3. 3 serving 7. Steph with it. Where's she going to go? Straight down the middle almost. Oh, great swing, Stevens. Basically over the top of the block and the defender's shoulder and still drops in. That's a pretty cracking spike. Tight set causes Phoebe Bell just to knuckle that one over, gifting Stevens the chance to pound one back down the line for her troubles. They're racing away here for a 6-point lead now in the second set. Both of these teams have only played one 3-setter in this whole tournament. So if we go to 3 now, they're both, well, that one goes long. They're both going to be for the better, all the better for it, rather. Phoebe and Steph's quarterfinal win over Mirza Milutinovic was a 3-set affair, and the semi-final win for Alisha and Caitlin was a 3-set affair as well. Whether that dictates terms later in the day, because that semi-final win was this morning for Alisha and Caitlin. But hey, I won't count my chickens just yet. They still got to get to the third set first. They got a significant lead. But in these conditions, anything can happen. You can get on a roll, or you can really extend. Oh, good channeling from the block. Great positioning. Still in it. Stays on the net, gets the block position, but opens up the court for Stevens nicely. Sends it on its merry little way. Oh, nice work from Phoebe. She knew what she was doing by the time the ball came over the net on the serve. She knew Steph was going to go short, maybe be out of position. It's probably going to be a low percentage pass or a low trajectory as well. Open court in the front short part. Easy done. And that one goes long. Almost comes in the com box. Number 1 seeds are on the march, on the comeback. Back to 2 points. They found themselves the wrong side of 6. Hopefully I haven't cursed them. Great block, but just found its way through. Couldn't quite close off that net. Maybe a little apprehensive after 3 or 4 net touches earlier. So we shall see. And that's going to take us to a tech timeout. 12-9. Bettenay Stevens leading Bell and Fejes. back from a word from Scape, leaders in student accommodation. Easy to see why they are the best in the business. And we're watching the best in the business at the moment. Bell and Fejes, Bettenay and Stevens. Again, nice. It's too tight. You're just getting tied up in the net. It's like deadliest catch out there. Oh, nice little wipe from Steffi. She's super fast. When you're fast, you got time. That's why she's so smart. Back to 3 points. Steffi with it. Nice serve. Well controlled by Caitlin. She's got a good approach, and you see that high trajectory. Difficult to manage. Beach players are so used to digging most of the balls, but when the hands have to go up above the head, it's, is it in, is it out, is it going to drop, is it not? Am I going to get called for a double contact? Was that hard-driven ball enough? Great work from the lefties. Stefanie finished it off, but if you watch that in replay, you'll see that the backtracking Phoebe ended up having to then go forward because the wind just took it at that last minute. So really wreaking havoc in a couple of skills here. Yeah, that's the angle we want. That's the swing. Straight towards that wind, dropping in. Let's be honest, we've seen Caitlin Stevens hit some sharp balls. We know most of hers are trajecting in anyway. Swings away and long. Almost in the exact same spot as her spike. So both teams trading blows now. It's point for point. Bell and Fejes halved the deficit. They found themselves 6 points in arrears. That's a stuff block and a net touch from Bettenay. Just got a little too big for her. Back to now a 2-point advantage for Bettenay and Stevens as we change ends. Stefanie with the ball. Great serve, just dropping over the net. Oh, the clearance out of the sand, above the net, drills it down. They keep the Dogs at bay. 3 points. Steph with the run around, finding the angle. Left hand almost wraps it and snaps it in. But just wide, maybe just catching it a little low on her forearm rather than high on her hand and wrist. 17-13. It's a 4-point lead. Business end of the second set. Can we go to 3? To battle it out for gold. Runs around again. No block. Drops in on that angle. Bettenay sends it far too long. The number 1 seeds are still in it. They're sporting the black tops with Phoebe at her back, just nearest to camera. You might be able to read in yellow, Tour Leader, just between her shoulder blades there. It's an initiative that Volleyball Australia's put in this year. So the most points for the next tournament will be wearing the Tour Leader singlets and tops. That's both men's and women's. All right, that fault from Bell didn't cost them too much because a fault from Bettenay and Stevens was returned. 3 points the difference. Bell and Fejes, 3 points from squaring up this set. Oh, great serve. Or 3 points away for the opposition. To send it to a third and deciding set. Oh, and that second ball going over just gets a little tied up in the wind near the net. 19-15, 4-point lead. Oh, that's a great serve, just creeping over the net. And that's going to bring up set point. It looks like we're going to 3, folks. And a well-deserved 3, I must add. If it in fact goes there. Bettenay's done it. Put it in the corner. Feather in her cap, and we're going to a third and deciding set. 21-15 going the way of Bettenay and Stevens here at Mollymook for the gold medal decider here at round 2 of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. You found yourself on the live YouTube channel here at Mollymook. We found ourselves here live in Mollymook and Shoalhaven, New South Wales. #unspoiled. But we are spoiled for choice and spoiled for athleticism out here. We are going to a third and deciding set for the women's gold medal match here at round 2 of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. You can hear in the effects mic, first referee Pete Boy's a little alarm going off. That's called time, and we are in action. Third set, deciding set, 1st to 15. We'll change on 5s. Bettenay with the serve. There's that wind factor. Great scramble from all 4 girls. Oh, and couldn't quite finish it off. Stevens just getting a little tied up in herself. And that was probably the best pass to Spike we've seen. The defended up perfectly and kept the point alive for both teams. First blood to the #1 seeds and previous rounds gold medalists. Another one on the cards and another one on offer. Ace serve, Stefanie. Bettenay with some power, but the net slowed it down. We got a forehand drop shot. Returned favour as well. The girls are everywhere, and it's down and done. Stefanie with a clean swing finally. Still got the defensive touch, Stevens, but there wasn't quite the control that they had. Certainly the urgency, but not the control. And 3-0. Almost splits the middle and gets the shank, but still in the point. And they return the favour, and shank from Steph gives the first point to Bettenay and Stevens. Fairly philosophical point, that one. You just keep getting the ball up and back, and you never know what's going to happen. Great serve. You saw that wind take it. Got this starting angle to angle across Steffi, and then it cut and swung back away from Phoebe as she attempted to pass it and shanked it out the back. Thank you very much, and it's 2-3. Left hand turns inside, and she gets too tight to the tape again. Steph is getting all tied up in that net. And straight away from 3-love, it's 3-all. Such is the way of beach volleyball at the moment, especially in these conditions. Oh, great shot, Stefanie. She's done it again. She's got such good control with that wrist. She can control the tempo of her and her partner's game nicely. She's got a good understanding of her skill set, but it's always developing. She's done very, very well Phoebe Bell, a mentor of hers as well, and a teammate, and a fellow lefty. So, you know, triple threat for all. Nice hands, good bump, and again, we're just in the net. Might want to see some of the girls start to set probably a metre off the net just to have some breathing room rather than drifting on so much. I'm the armchair expert up here. Certainly no coach. Let's see what they got on this attack. Tight. There she is. She's got some room to swing, room to move. It also draws the blocker back. If they stay up and tight, then obviously the net touch is an option, but also getting shut out as it drifts in. If you're off the net, it may just cause a little confusion with your blocker, whether to stay or retreat. And we saw that, a fine exponent of it. 5 all. Oh, huge swing from Stevens. That's what she's capable of. However, it went out. She's so athletic. All 4 of these athletes are so dynamic out here. Explosive power, such is the sport, but also the power and the spike and serves. Then to transfer that into defense and handle it. Transfer that into then a power attack as well. Easy points, quick points at the moment. I don't think fatigue's going to become a factor, especially for Alisha Stevens and Caitlin Bettenay, who actually had a 3-setter earlier today in their semi-final win. As we keep seeing the short points, nice shot from Phoebe Bell down the line. Love her work. She's all the better for her King of the Court bronze medal in Doha earlier in our summer. Doha's almost in Perma summer. She was playing night volleyball over there, obviously, so slightly different conditions. Nicely done from Stevens. We've seen her swing hard, but this one she just takes a pace off and changes the trajectory nicely and finds the line. We'll change ends. 5 points, another one. Rotated. 8-7. Bettenay with the serve. Fejes runs around. It's a good read from the defender. Can she find it again? She's got the wrap. She's not missing by much. It's just the slightest of net touches when she's blocking or just a little too tight, and then only just missing from either the sideline, especially in that spot there from this end on the broadcast side. Timeout called from Bell and Fejes. They trail by 2. 9 serving 7 here in the deciding set of the gold medal match, first to 15. Don't forget the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour continues. Manly Beach, 4th to the 6th of March. Nominations close tomorrow. Get them in. And then you'll find on SBS On Demand, women's bronze medal at 11:30 a.m. and the men's bronze medal match at 12:30 p.m. And then live on the television, SBS in HD, women's gold medal at 2 p.m. and men's gold at 3. That's for the next round on the 6th of March. In Manly. As we work our way up the coast of New South Wales, we start here for our New South Wales leg in Mollymook. What a stunning shot. Oh, just getting caught underneath the ball from Phoebe. Almost kept it in front of her head for the behind set, but again, that wind just drifted it over the top of her and just got her off balance. Mishandle. 3-point lead now. They started 3 points in arrears. Bettenay and Stevens. That one goes off the top. And now they've had essentially, before that point, a 6-point turnaround. They lead by 2, 8-10. Steffi with the serve. What angle is she going to find? Right side of Caitlin. Yep, there it is. Oh, angles it back to the defender, but couldn't quite get it. A little too sharp and a little too powerful for both the block and defender. Back out to that 3-point lead, and as I touched on before, the 6-point turnaround here in the third set. It's quite astonishing. Steffi goes short this time. Nice work. She just changed it up a little. Again, she got a tight set. We're back to 2 points. What a time to be on the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. Such high-quality athletes, high-quality volleyball in both men's and women's divisions. Net touch going the way of the girls in blue, Bettenay and Stevens. They had a silver medal in Cobram in the first round of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour. They are on the cusp of going one better here in the gold medal match at Mollymook. Nice serve down the line. Left-handed swing on 2, goes long, doesn't take any of the block. 13-9, 4-point buffer. Bettenay. Probably going to send another one down the line to Phoebe Bell. She goes for a little too much, and the wind not behaving as it should have. One point back, 10 serving 13. And a fault in the middle of the net is not going to help proceedings as gold medal point, 4 of them, has just been brought up. Alisha Stevens. Jump float. Oh, I thought that was going to be an ace to finish it off, but just goes wide. Luckily for them, they got a few more points under their belt. 3 of them being match points as we change ends. Phoebe Bell. Now, number 1. We've got a slow clap going up on the Mollymook Hill. Dway, the slow clap works for the challengers here. 1 match point saved again. 2 in a row, 2 to go. Can DJ Babbitt get our clap going again? Oh, she's only gone and done it. What a great serve. She's still got to do another one. And we're going to go to a timeout. Very calm heads to calm them down even more, just to break the proceedings up a little. 14-13. Phoebe Bell to serve. 1 match point to save. Don't forget, after Manly, we go up the coast even further north. We go to the Gold Coast. You will find us at Volley Slam 2022, the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour Finals, 25, 26, 27 of March. Australian Youth Beach Championships, 28th to the 31st of March. And then a couple of days break before we come back for the Australian Beach Volleyball Schools Cup, 2nd to the 4th of April. And those finals of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour at Volley Slam on the Gold Coast. You will find SBS On Demand Women's Bronze Medal at 11:30 a.m. Men's to follow. Then SBS Live in HD on TV. Women's gold at 2. Men's gold at 3. Speaking of gold, gold medal point. Still in play. Phoebe Bell is drifting. The wind takes it. And the win goes to Bettenay and Stevens. They hug it out. They embrace 15-13 in the third and deciding set. Outstanding work from Phoebe Bell and Steph Fejes to make the gold medal match once again. as the tour leaders, but they've just been knocked off the perch here today at Mollymook from Bettenay and Stevens. Caitlin and Alisha doing the damage. What an absolutely stunning affair. The number 3 seeds over the top of the first seeds for a gold medal. And we'll be going courtside as the vision shows in just a moment. Down with DJ Benny Babs. We love his work with the crowd, and isn't he a monster of a man? Look at him swanning around his maroon here on the coastline of New South Wales. Mollymook has been an absolutely gorgeous backdrop, and the people on the hill are much appreciative, and they'll get a nice little interview down courtside in just a tick. And we'll thank them for not only their support, but also their attendance and their hospitality. What a magnificent venue, and we will be going courtside right now to Benny Abbott.
Yep.
So yes, we are live here once again across Australia and the world. Who's going to take the microphone first? You guys are all jittery after winning the gold medal here at Mollymook. How good. Talk us through that final play there. You guys have pushed. You had the advantage, but somehow we got it done.
Yeah, we did. It was just really hard and different in the wind, but I think we pulled through, we stuck to our game strategy, and we just backed each other.
Yeah, you guys look like you're having a lot of fun out there. Caitlin, talk us through. It's a couple of times now you played with Alisha. She's a fiery, springy, athletic player. You can put a ball up anywhere, and she's going to hop out of the sand. Talk us through your past couple of tournaments together, now getting a gold medal on the Australian National Tour.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome playing with Alisha. She's an absolute baller. We really have built from what we had in Cobram, and we really found our game style today, and we really backed each other and trusted each other. We played quite an intuitive game, and we really trusted that in the windy conditions today.
Absolutely, and a beautiful part of the world, Mollymook Beach. These guys up here on the hill, they supported you. Thank you so much to those fans up there sticking around. Ladies and gentlemen, your gold medalists for the Round 2 Australian Beach Volleyball Tour, Alisha Stevens, Caitlin Bettenay. Well done, ladies. YouTube viewers, thank you so much for sticking around. We're going to cut to our presentations later on, but if you are joining us for the first time, I hope you enjoy beach volleyball. Round 2 done and dusted here at Mollymook Beach. Join us for the Australian Championships in Manly in just a couple of weeks' time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Benny. Magnificent work down there, the man on the sand, Benny Abbott. And what a day and what a tournament we've had, the second round of the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour here in Mollymook. Benny just touched on it before. We'll be taking the championships and the next round up to Manly Beach from the 4th to the 6th, and we can't wait for your company then. We love your work down on the sand, all the athletes. The Australian Volleyball Tour kicks on and keeps on going. It's a monster tour we've got. We've got the championships coming up next in Manly, as I just said. We thank Volleyball Australia and the New South Wales Government for all their help and support. We congratulate our gold medalists, Alisha Stevens and Caitlin Bettenay, in a redemption story from Cobram here in Mollymook, and also a massive upset for the men's with Isaac Carraher and Mark Nicolaides winning the men's gold medal in another Cobram redemption story. So Mollymook, very successful for the challenges here in the elite program. We've loved your company. We can't wait for you to join us. Don't forget to catch us on YouTube, obviously, for the live broadcasts, and SBS for the finals on demand on the app, and also live on TV.